Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all of the praises and the glory to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh Bashmiel Shai, Bashem Marakah Kodash, and double honors to the elder apostles of the great millstone, and as well as even the bishops too. And Yahweh Bashmiel Shai Brakatham to the 144,000, and as well as to those that do follow, whom is the 1/3. And it's your brother Laban. And I just want to briefly touch on this right here, because this is very simple to say that in giving my explanation as to why there would be no peace in this current time that we're now living in. All right. So now let's begin by reading this. Putin's peace term slammed at Ukraine summit. The leader of Italy and Germany have strongly rejected ceasefire terms laid out by Vladimir Putin to stop the war in Ukraine, as scores of countries gather at a 2-day summit in Switzerland to discuss ending the conflict, which the conflict will not end. Because for one, you have a nation of people that's ruling the planet Earth by a way of wrath and destruction, so much so that they get off on it. And as well as it's written that the Lord have created all things for himself, yea, even the wicked, for the day of evil. So on the evil side of things, they're going to bring the purpose of the Lord. And the purpose of the Lord is to finally get this man out the way, out of power. So as he came into power, that's how he's going out of power. Just as well as it reads in the book of Revelations, the 13th chapter. He that killeth with the sword shall die by the sword. All right. And that's what was told to Peter. Yahweh Shai told this to Peter. And I'm going to read it right here. I got it on deck with me on my phone. Matthew 26, verse 52. And then said Yahweh Shai unto him, put up again thy sword into his place, for all they that take the sword shall perish with the sword. And as we believe through the Spirit is that Isaac is Yahweh Shai in the reincarnation, or in the previous reincarnation for that matter, blessing Esau with the sword so that eventually he can die by the sword. All right. And that's going to be the end result. Isaiah 57 and verse 21. There is no peace save my power to the wicked, because on both sides you have America, of course, and then you have the Russians, of course. And guess what? They're both Edomites, whom this is a nation whom the Lord hates. And as well as this is a nation that are nothing more than vessels of wrath fitted for destruction. Romans 9 and verse 22. What if the Most High, willing to show his wrath and to make his power known, endured with much long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted for destruction? And that's what the Lord is going to do. Because for one, just to bring in these nations, primarily the so-called white man, who is really the red nation that the Bible speaks about, hence is why they're known as the nation of Edom, which the term Edom is from the Hebrew word Adawam, which means red, because they're the only red people to walk the face of the earth, because they don't have no melanin. All right. So now you can see the blood going through their translucent skin, giving them that red look. And that's why that name was given them. All right. So that nation, they're going to rule by the sword, and by the sword shall they be destroyed. As it is also written, 2 Ezra 7 and verse 43, but the day of doom shall be the end of this time, and the beginning of immortality for to come, wherein corruption is past. Let me read it again. But the day of doom shall be the end of this time. And even though Ezra is prophesying in his time, which was what, if I'm correct, 2,400 years ago, he was really prophesying about this generation, this time that we're now living in. All right. And the beginning of the immortality for to come. So immortality is going to come where? It's going to come when Jacob is ruling, as it is also written that Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. And there lies immortality for to come when Jacob is in the position of power. This is why in the book of Isaiah, it actually says that Israel is the world without end. And we will be the world without end in the kingdom. So for Israel, there's going to be everlasting peace as well, just to add. And wherein corruption is past. So when we're ruling, there ain't going to be no corruption. Okay? So among these nations in this time, there's no peace. For so many years, these nations have been trying to find a way to discuss how we can have some kind of peace or peace period. And it's never came into being. Why? Because again, the Heavenly Father's purpose is going to stand. Proverbs 19:21, there be many devices in a man's heart. So it's in the thoughts of the men that's in the positions of power that they hold. Of course, they want peace. But guess what? Does the Lord want that? No, the Lord don't want that. The Lord wants this wrath and the destruction to be had. The Lord don't want peace right now because, for one, these nations have to be judged for the wrongs that they have done against us and many other things. And then also, most importantly, what the Lord wants, he wants to set up the kingdom. So to set up the kingdom of heaven, this got to go down. Okay? So again, yeah, these nations, they may want peace. They may discuss ways and how to, get that going, so to speak. But that's not the will of the Lord, is it? The will of the Lord is for that second death to come. And that's all I got to say, as it reads over here, 2 Ezra 7 and verse 43. But the day of doom shall be the end of this time. Exactly. So, that has to be the case. And, in order for us to get into the kingdom, we have to see the downfall of our enemy and his own entire system so that we can get into, the rulership, which is very well needed, even for life itself. As it is written, as I'm going to quote, Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So first we got to see the downfall and its ending. So it's good news, man. It's good news. So that's all I got to say, man, with this. Just to simply put it, why there isn't going to be no peace. With that, I say shalom.